How's everybody doing, and welcome to the Bova Crew. Today I actually wanted to make a quick video since it is still winter and there is really not a whole lot to do out hunting wise. I think there's a little bit of small game hunting still going on and some snow goose hunting, but what I wanted to talk about today is kind of some tactics for deer hunting. Mainly I kind of want to discuss how to hunt whitetail deer since it's the off season and we're always thinking about the next season, what we need, what we can do, how to improve, what mistakes did we make last year that we can improve on this upcoming year. So the question, how do you hunt whitetail deer, is actually quite a broad question because one, there are many different ways to hunt whitetail deer. Whether you're using a firearm, a compound bow or a crossbow, or even some sort of traditional weapon, there's a lot of different options. And within those options, there's tons of different sub options. One of the most common, of course, is a firearm. Here in Pennsylvania, every year, opening day of gun season, there is a turnout of around 800,000 hunters statewide, which is the highest number of hunters on an opening day of gun season. On an opening day in general, actually, Pennsylvania has the highest number of hunters. One of the reasons Pennsylvania has the highest number of hunters is because there are so many options and different ways to hunt. And there's so much land, and not only private, but also public. Pennsylvania has a lot. I don't know the exact number, but Pennsylvania has, I'm thinking it's in the millions of acres of land. We got a lot of state game lands. So back to the question, how do you hunt whitetail deer? Well, one of the first things you can do is choose your weapon and your method and where you want to do it. So if you're doing firearms hunting, well, you can choose a firearm, and then there's state game lands and you can hunt with firearms. The one thing I would recommend though is wear your orange. I can't stress that enough. Me personally, I wear orange no matter what firearm season it is. Even if it's an archery season, but there's an overlap firearm season, I always wear orange because you can never be too safe and it's not worth getting shot over, okay? But back to my point, choose your method and choose where you want to do it. If you have access to private land, that is awesome because private land, in my opinion, it's better. One, you don't have tons of hunters tramping around on it, and you kind of have sometimes a little more freedom to do what you want. On state game lands, there are regulations. Like what I'm saying is, like public land, you can't just take your tractor into a public land and start planting a food plot wherever you want. Private land, if you have access to private land, you're allowed. And you can go make a food plot. How to hunt whitetail deer, again, like I said, is a big question. Not only is there firearms in public land and private land, but there's also archery. I'm a huge archery hunter, and for me, archery hunting is my favorite way. One of my favorite ways of hunting deer because the peak of the rut is always over archery season. Not only is it a prime time to hunt deer, it poses a challenge, and I really enjoy the challenge of trying to get a deer close to me and in range to be able to shoot it with my bow. That is one of the reasons why I plant food plots. And that brings me to my next point. Whitetail deer are called browsers, which meaning that they pretty much eat like literally anything. They will eat grasses and little plants like that, lots of shrubs and twigs and buds. So like your lower canopy and your forest and stuff, they will eat a lot of that. One of the most common things that they like to eat is, of course, clover. And then if you go and plant a food plot of some sort, or you look at a food plot mix of things, there's always like clover, wheat, turnips, radishes, rye, peas, tons of different things. A deer will just literally eat anything. But one of the things I like to do every year is to plant a food plot. Every year I like to strategically plant my food plot and where I can put a tree stand that's in a secure location, but also that keeps me hidden, but still gives me a good shot at the deer. One of the things I can tell you is after the rut, deer are slaves to their stomachs. You've probably heard that before. They are slaves to their stomachs. So after the rut, that late season, if you hunt over food sources, you have a much higher chance of killing a deer than you would if you hunted over a water hole. I could go into so much detail about so many different things about how to hunt whitetail deer, but mainly my main things to you are choose some sort of method, find some place to hunt, and then utilize some other tactics that legally you're allowed to use and that can boost your chances of killing a deer. If you have any questions and there's anything else you want me to answer, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. And if you want to see more videos about how to hunt whitetail deer and basically anything about a deer and hunting that, whether it's gear, habitat, or anything else, please let me know. I'd be happy to make a video. It's just because it's the middle of winter right now. I ain't got a whole lot to film. It's cold, and I want to make some content for you guys that you guys are going to enjoy. That is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below. And if you want to see more of this content, subscribe. The big button that says subscribe down below. And click the bell icon so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next one. Catch you later.